All right, so we are back to build our little SaaS for LinkedIn influencer. So to recap real quick, the idea is to build a simple website where you can sign in with your LinkedIn account to write drafts and publish your drafts, either immediately or schedule them for later. We're building this with NextJS and GraphQL. And last time I was struggling a little bit to authenticate the request. What I was trying to do is use a session where I have my user and whatnot, the cookies of the authenticated user. I wanted to pass this session object to the context of my GraphQL endpoint so that I could get these user information in my resolvers. Now, for some weird reason, this doesn't work with GraphQL in Next.js at least. Maybe I'm just messing up with something. But anyway, I took some time off and I realized that it's actually not the right approach to solve the problem. See, at some point, we are gonna have calls coming from a third-party service, which is gonna handle the cron job for scheduling posts. And these are not gonna have the session object. So I'm gonna have to authenticate these requests with a different approach anyway. So I might as well have an approach that works regardless of whether it's coming from the client of our application or from this third-party service. And the way to do that is simply using the authorization header from the HTTP request. So let's do that. And last time I got a little bit ahead of myself and added a bunch of changes that are not really necessary yet. Like, let's remove the node modules. Yeah, I added these entities here. This is pretty useless, to be honest. So I'm going to remove it for now. I don't want to add unnecessary complexity. LinkedIn, that's okay. So here is where we left off last time. We had a context here where I was trying to pass my session in here. But if we go to my resolvers, I don't have a session here. So as you can see, I was trying to find my session, but it doesn't exist. So there's no, I shouldn't expect a session here. So let's remove these things. The way I'm gonna solve this problem, let's just make sure I'm not, yeah. So this with Auth API, which is supposed to attach the session object to my request, is not working. So let's remove it altogether. And the way I want to solve the problem is by using the request here. So what I'm gonna do is first install JSON Web Token. JSON Web Token is the library that is gonna help us create these tokens that we are gonna pass in the headers. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is this const token equal rec dot headers dot authorization dot replace bearer like that with nothing. Yeah. Because my authorization header should be something like this. Okay, so this is going to give me the token, and I'm going to say if no token, then console dot log no token. Otherwise, I'm going to say JWT. Say import JWT from JSON web token. Dot verify token and process.env dot JWT secret. Okay, and let me check that, but I think that it is an ace. It returns a promise. Nope. Nope, it does not. It's pretty cool. And then decoded is your thing. So I actually don't know what I should put for the payload of this JSON web token. Probably something like the UID and the access token, but I'm not sure. So the rec here is going to have some headers. Let's say it's going to have a user with a UID of type string and an access token type string. Let's do this for now. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say rec.user equal I'm gonna have some problems, but let's do this for now. And then that's it. Now this, say that, and then this, yep, but let's do that, okay. I don't know why I have a select here. Anyway, and the second step to make this work is to actually provide a token to our client. And the way to do that is going to be to here. We get a profile. So what we can do is this const token equal JWT. So let's import it. sign, and then I'm going to give a payload, which is profile.id, and access token, which is access token, and then a secret like this. All right, and then I can pass in the token here. Cool. And actually, let's do this. So we have that's better. All right. Sounds good. I'm doing that, so that's good. I'm gonna have to change that state though. That's bad. So I'm gonna fix me set the state as an environment variable. Okay. Cool. So now we can move on. Actually, before I forget, I'm gonna set this new environment variable called JWT secret. Okay. All right, done. Okay, so now the problem is, let's do this. All right. Okay, so now on the query, here I can, I have access to the UID from rec.user, right? And UID is a string, and I'm gonna say if no user, no UID, sorry, return no. If no rec.user, return null. Otherwise, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna say return context dot, oops. Let's get Prisma from here. Prisma dot find dot user dot find unique where UID, like that. Okay. And same thing here. For the post, I have a UID coming from there. And let's get Prisma here. Okay. Now this. Okay, now on the mutation part, that was the tricky part. So we have a create post. I'm not going to pass any argument, actually, args. So I'm going to go to my type definition and remove the UID from there, because the UID is going to be passed as a in the headers. Okay, so I have rec. Okay, so if there's no user, then I can say return null or throw error not unauthorized, I guess. And then here I can say const UID equal rec.user, like that. And okay. Can be undefined. Okay. If no rec. Okay. Let's do this then. So I create a new post and I just return it and it looks good. Okay. That's all there is to it. Okay. That looks good. Let's give it a try. Okay. Okay. So if I say new draft, zero, one. Why is it? Oof. Why? Okay. What is that? These are my posts. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is remove that. Oh yeah, of course it's not working because it's not telling me that it's not working though. That's not reassuring. Let's just... Okay, so in my layout here, I just want to update the links. Handle create new draft. I want to... So when I create a new draft, I do this. So here I'm gonna have to add an authorization header, like that, basically. And here I'm gonna have to provide a token. Now this token I think I am allowed to use with Auth SSR to provide this, right? So let's do that. So in my with Auth SSR, I'm providing user. Now I want to provide it all the time. So here I need to say, you know what? I want to be able to do, okay, auth utils. I'm going to do something a little bit different here, which is that, okay, if there is a handler, I'm returning the handler like this. Otherwise, I'm doing that. I'm not doing this now. I'm going to say let props equal this. And this can be anything. And I'm going to say if there is a handler, but I'm already going to put this here. Oof, no, not like that. Like this. And then I'm going to say if there is a handler, then I'm going to say, or I'm going to say default props, right? And then let handler, let props, let's just do that, await. Is this async? This is not. So let's do async. Handler res params. And then I'm going to say default props equal. I'm going to have to say any, otherwise it's going to break. And I'm going to say default props and props. And then I'm going to return that. How cool is that? So that I am sure that I always have the user in the props. Now, that means that this page props is also going to have a user with a UID and an access token. I hope. Otherwise this is a problem. No, not an access token, sorry, a token. This is what I need the most. Now I can say user, right? And then I can say user here and pass the user there. Now in the layout, I can go to layout and say that the layout is gonna need a user with a token. And of course, this is optional. And I am gonna pass that to my navigation menu. Is that correct? No, I am not. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna create a context. I'm gonna say import. Do I have it here? Yeah. Create context. And then I'm gonna say const auth context. How does it work again? React create context. Okay. Auth context equal create context. the default. So it's going to have a token and the default is undefined. Okay, and then here, oh, that's perfect. I'm going to say auth context dot provider value is token, and the token is coming from this. Can I say that? Oh, and then I'm going to say user.token, otherwise undefined. Okay, because here I need to say token string or, oh no, actually I think what you need to say is null, right? I think it works with null. Nope. And if I say token string, let's do that. Okay. Okay. And then here, auth context provider. And now I can come here and say const. How do you consume it? So I've created the context, given the value. I think, but I'm not sure that I can just say use context. Yeah, exactly. So use context on auth context, and then I can say token. Is that correct? I think it is. Use context. And now I have access to that token that I can use here. But, okay. That sounds good. Yeah. Let's give it a try. But for the moment, my session doesn't have a token because it's the old session, so I need to log out. Okay, what is that? Additional keys were returned from get server-side props. Properties intended for your component must be nested under the props key. Oh yes, I know what I did wrong here. Here, I need to say props is equal to this. Oh, wait a second. this is having a props. Yeah, that's true. And then what I want to do is this exactly. This, and then I want to say that, right? I think it's true. I think this is correct. Almost. Oh. Okay. So my user is undefined at the moment. Wait, what? Oh, right. Oops, sorry. What I want to do is this. Null, right? Okay. Let's actually put this like that. Now, let's sign in. Okay. All right. Everything looks good. If I say new draft, what is going on? Well, where is this coming from? Okay. A few things were going on here. Oops. I think this is okay. We do get our drafts from this. Right. And then we do this. In our layout, I come all the way up. Is this? Oh, I'm stupid. It's probably coming from my resolvers. Here? Nope. I'm wondering where this comes from. Oh. What the hell? Okay, no, anyway, this is not a problem. The problem is that when I go create post, right, I do a hello create. Oh, actually, I should have something here. 400. I have 2 posts here. This comes from layout. But I'm also getting this, right? 400. I think I still have a problem with my context, actually. So let's look at that. No token. So I do have a token, right? Like if I say console.log rec.user, if I do this, where does that come from? Apparently that comes from here. Yes, content menu. Okay. That was annoying. But what I want to know is whether if I click here, data, errors, okay, expected name found that extensions, GraphQL parse failed, okay, stack. Wait a second. It's actually a problem with my schema definition. Is that what you are saying? In the resolvers, maybe? I'm saying async. It's not the problem, right? Create post. Probably not. Oh, wait. No. And the user, I do have it. Cool. So my context works. The problem is not the context. The problem is apparently coming from this. How about if I do return that instead of this, and I say not async, but nothing, like this. Okay. Is it still gonna? And maybe in my schema, I should remove this. Maybe it's the problem. Let's see if I go to Studio. Okay, we were unable to introspect your endpoint. Please enable introspection on your server. You might still be able to submit operations. Can I say me? Okay. Yes, indeed. Now, can I do anything to solve that? Objects, booleans, directives, nope. I don't know. What should I do? So it's a syntax error. So it's probably here. Let's look at our database and see if it actually created the thing. So it's going to be in Prisma, SQLite. And if we look at posts, it didn't create the thing. So I guess let's do some good old console.logs to find where the problem is. Actually, this is date. And in my resolvers, okay. GraphQL schema scalar. How do you define a scalar? Yeah, just like that. And then, yeah, for example, scalar state, and then in resolvers, you give in a resolver. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, so it's okay. So what could be the problem? Remove these async stuff here. They are not needed. How about if I let's do it again. Let's click here. What do we got? Okay. So it didn't. I'm sure it's stupid. I hate that. Is that it? Oh. Maybe it's actually on my side where I'm doing the query. Where is my query? Here. Maybe that's the thing. Oh, yes. I think I have to do at least this. And then I have data. I think that's what I need to do, right? Let's try again. Nope. This wasn't the problem. Oh, it was actually. And I shouldn't provide a thing here. So I can just say this, I think. Maybe this. Let's try again. All right, almost. What is the error? Syntax error. Expected name found this. How about that? Create post. Yes, we did it, guys. We did it. And the response is an ID 3. Cool. All right, we made it. We freaking made it. What did we add? Oh, wow. We added a bunch of stuff. So the thing I want to add here, little sparkles, feet, create drafts. So you can create drafts now. How cool is that? I removed this part. What else have I done? On the index page, nothing. So I'm just gonna add it here. On this part, set our custom context. We are export default function doing it. Yeah, just a little restructuring but it's pretty much the same thing. On the callback, we now do a bunch of stuff to save the user and whatnot. Page drafts is now this. Published. We removed it and we're just renaming stuff here. Okay, why not? Actually, let's do that. We have the schema. Let's edit. I'm gonna go to git ignore and let's say SQLite. Okay. In the layout, we do a bunch of stuff as well. Okay. This is pretty bad what I've done here. I've created a bunch of code that is not solving the direct thing. And here it's going to break every time. So what I really need to do is this. And then I need to say if no token is provided, then I want to say throw error unauthorized. Otherwise, I'm going to say token equal token.replace. And then again, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say this. And then this. And I'm going to remove that. And what is this going to return? Yeah, I guess I'm just going to do that. Okay. So context, DB, edit this stuff, auth. Not much has changed. Wow, okay. Haven't committed anything. That's bad. Okay. Then the index, yes. Posts. Okay. Then LinkedIn share in the helpers. Okay. That is a lot of code added in one commit. That is bad. Okay. Let's first see if it builds before pushing this. And it does not. Okay, let's see this. Can I say something like this? And UID not schedule at not Prisma not null. How do you say that? Oh. Yes. Let's go. That's it. Now, do I need to do this? I think I can just say UID and no, I can't. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna fetch the posts where both of these are met. The UID is the given UID and not scheduled at null. So and scheduled at is not null. So I need both of them. Same thing here. I'm gonna say end. UID and not published at null. Like this. Actually, is that true? Is it null or null like this? I think null is okay. Anyway, we'll see later. Cool. Let's see if it works now. Of course. What is the problem? We declared this, and element has an any type because type of global this has no index signature. Let's see. Am I doing something special here with this global thing? Nope. Not here at least. And if I go to the source, utils, db, this is exactly what I'm doing. So why is it complaining? Interface, global, Node.js. I don't know. This is how they say you should do it. Okay, let's try it. It looks better, but Prisma is defined but never used. Yeah, it's okay. But this is not okay for ESLint. How about if I do it here? Nope. ESLint disable next line no var. How about if I say let var? Okay. Oh, but I'm exporting it not as the default thing now. So I'm going to say const Prisma. And I'm going to say export default Prisma. Okay. Let's try it again. Oops, nope. Run build. I think this is gonna screw up. Nope. Need to disable some ESLint rules, but more here. I do need to, but not now. Cool. It builds, so we can. Oof, sorry, what is that? Okay. So we've added all of our changes. We can add that and push, and it's probably not going to deploy yet, but it's okay. All right, so let's see where we are. We can create now a new draft. We are not attaching the session to the context. We took another path. We do have a click handler to our new draft button, which requests the creation of a new draft and redirects to draft. So we did that and we deployed, or at least we pushed to production. Now, what we want to do is update our draft content. Basically, what we've seen here is that if I type stuff here and I come back, this will disappear because we're not saving the stuff. So in the editor here, what we are going to do is that we are going to have an async function handle change, where we are going to, let me just take that stuff here. We are going to need this token at some point. So let's get it from here. Use ref const, oops, token equal use context auth context. So we are going to have to create a context in here in the source. Okay. So in the source, let's create a new folder called contexts and a new folder called auth context. And in here, a new file called index.ts and another one called auth context, or should I call it use auth dot tsx? That sounds about right. Okay, let's get our let's get an example from here. Okay, so providers, how do I do it? I do it like this. So my idea is that for now, I've just put it here, but because I'm going to use it somewhere else, I need to put it in a different file now. So I'm going to have that. I'm going to say import create context from React, but also use context from React. Okay. And then what I want to export is the user provider const auth provider, which is the what this is just that auth context dot provider, right? And then children, but this is also going to take a token type string, right? And then here in the value, I'm going to say token. And this token, okay, token string, type string is not assignable to type. Yes, exactly. This is good, but you are not happy still. Type string defined. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's say that. Okay. And the other thing I want to export is this function here. So let's copy paste that. So use auth is just what it says, which is a context, use context, auth context, and if there is no context, then it's going to say use auth must be used within auth provider, and then I return that. Okay, much cleaner. And then I can just poof, delete that, delete this, and say import use auth. Okay, one thing I need to do here is export star from use auth, right? And here I say from source contexts slash auth context. Why is this not working? Contexts, auth context. Well, Maybe I need to go to tsconfig and do something like this. Oh, I don't know. Contexts, and then here, let me do that. Okay, cool. Use auth and auth provider. Cool. And here I can just say this provider and token is now just that, like this. And here I can say auth provider, and here I can just say use auth, like that. Much cleaner, much cleaner. Okay, cool. This is good. This is good. Now in the editor we can say the same thing. Basically, import use auth from contexts, use auth. Why is it not working now? Dude. Are you serious? It was working just now. Anyway. So here I get the token. So now I have my token. What I want to do with that is nothing in particular. I'm just going to console.log this data. And here set context content. Okay. This is going to come here. Oops. Boom. Boom. Here. Const new content is this. New content. And okay, event. What is this event? Form event of HTML div element, like this. Form event is coming from that, from React, and then here I can just say handle change. Okay, but this is not update post. Yeah, let's call it like that. With content, which is new content, and not gonna get anything from it, just the value. How do you do that? I guess with data. I don't know. What I'm thinking about is this. Like, I have update post here, and I just want to return a boolean. How do you do this? Boolean, GraphQL, boolean, basic types. Yes, boolean. Okay, and yeah, every time. And it's going to say false if there's a problem. Otherwise, just do it. And then in my resolvers, I'm adding a new mutation called update post. which has rec Prisma as always. And this time I have arguments, which is content, and it's a string and it's compulsory. So I'm going to say that content, and content is going to be a string. Content is declared but never used, indeed. Now I'm going to say this exact thing. No, wait. I'm going to go to context and I'm going to say that actually these things are always going to be here. Otherwise, if no UID or no access token, I'm going to throw an error and say unauthorized, like this, so that I know I have a user here. So it's okay. It is okay, and I can say const UID. Oh, and I also need the post ID here, which is gonna be a number. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say input, update, post, input. It's gonna have two things. The first one, should I say that? Yeah, let's do it like that for now. And I'm gonna say input, and it's gonna be update post input, okay? Like that. So this is gonna be an input, and I'm just gonna say type any for now. And I'm gonna say this is coming from reg.user. This and content is coming from input. And I'm gonna say await prisma.post.update where ID and data is content, just like that. And I'm gonna return, no, not return this, where ID and UID, right? Because otherwise anyone can change whatever they want, right? As string. No, not as dot, like that. This is annoying. I can't use here where, but I'm sure I can say where can't say that. Okay, so you know what? Let's just do this for now. This is bad, but we'll fix this later. Okay. So I'm going to say that. It's going to be an async. And I'm going to say fix me, verify that the author, the user is the author of the post, like this. And then I'm going to say try and catch error. Throw error. No, I'm just going to say that. Actually, it's going to throw an error anyway. I'm just going to say return true, like this. Okay? Cool. I'm going to comment that, remove that, and that should do it, in theory. Should we verify? Okay, npm run dev. Okay, let's go back to it. All right. In the editor. Why, man? Man, what is going on with you? Shoot. Contexts. Why is it working with layout and it's not working with you? Huh? It is working here. Oh, right. You said use auth instead of auth context. My bad. My bad. Okay. Okay. Moment of truth. Oof. All right. What is that? Select. Why is it doing this now? It wasn't doing that before. That's, oh, because my thing was broken? I don't know. Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. We changed here we changed that, and it's now doing this. New Prisma client log query. Can we say error info? I want everything, dude. Hello. Did it work? Who knows? Right? Who fucking knows? At least I don't know. Okay. how can we know? We can look at our database and see if anything has changed. So if we look at here, there's still nothing in the content. So apparently it did not work. So oh yeah. This is wrong. Okay, this is content and this is ID. And the problem is that we don't know. Do we know the post ID? And do I have a way of giving that? Drafts. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but does it make sense to give it here? I guess it makes sense. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Post ID. This is so ugly. We'll change that later. Post ID. This is going to be a number. And then here I'm going to say post ID. But I need to get it from here. Okay. And here, same thing. Okay, I'm actually going to say that here, const. How do you do that then? I think that's the way to do it. Right. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see if we broke something. I think it's pretty weird that nothing is going on. So let's see. I think in our editor, we might never actually trigger that function. But we do actually, right? Like, how about if I just remove that? I can still write. So we are never, like if I say console.log hello world, we're never actually calling that function. I knew it. Gosh. on input. React div content editable on change. Yes, on input, emit change. And emit change is saying what? Get DOM node dot inner HTML. And then if this dot props dot on change in HTML, then this dot props, oh, then you're pushing the on change. Okay. Why not? I just want to say something like this. Handle chain content change. But I don't think this is gonna do it. Oh, it does actually. What is it telling me? Thing is that I can still write. I don't like that. Expected name found this. Okay. And that is because yep, we need to say something like this. What should I put here? Data. Expected name found nothing. D, data, what? Okay, this is not the right way, apparently. Let's put this here. This there. Update post takes, first and foremost, it takes an input with ID and content. Okay. Okay. GraphQL parsed, unexpected, closing. I guess I don't need that. You know what? Let's make it simple for now. And in the schema, let's return. So it's called input, and input has ID and let's return that for now, okay? And in schema, I'm gonna return a post, but not always. So that in here, I can say content. Okay, let's try that. first failed. Okay, what is going on? Unexpected closing bracket. So I'm closing something somewhere and it's unexpected. What is unexpected? This one is I don't understand. Layout. In the layout, what do? I have that. Oh, that looks good. Does it? Yeah. And here I do have an async that does this with ID and content. No, I think it's the query that is wrong, but I don't know why. No, not this one. This one. Okay, let me see. GraphQL query mutation. Is this because of that? I think that's how I should be doing it, actually. I should be saying update post like this, and here say post ID and content, right? Content like this, and I should specify that this is an int and this is a string, and then I should just say that here ID and call it here content, right? And then in variables I can say and then in variables I can say ID is post ID and content is new content. Is this better? I don't know, maybe. Oh, yep, it is. It is better. But you didn't get the content from it. So you said update with content being nothing, of course, because I am not having the right content from it. So if we go back to the editor, this is not where we get the value. The value is there. So if we look at our use effect, ref.current, no, here, const, no. How about if I say ref.current dot, okay, let's just say that for now. Let's just say this, okay. .dd, okay, dot inner text. Yep. So that's what we want. So new content. We actually don't care about that. What we want is ref.current.inner text like this. And then here we can say hello. Oof. Why is it behaving like that? Oh, because we're changing the content here. Is that right? So actually what we should do here is default content, right? Like this. And then just let it do its own thing. And say hello. At the end, this is having hello. If I reload, I have hello. How about that? How about that? Now we need to focus at the end and not at the beginning, but that's for another episode. Okay, made some good progress. Let's clean a few things and actually don't care about these. I'm just gonna take the ID and I'm gonna add a, where should I put it? Here. I'm gonna say fix me. Actually, no, there's nothing to fix here. I'm just gonna remove that, remove this, and cool. I'm just gonna write it down here. Fix me. Put the cursor at the end of the text. Cool. So what have we added? 10 changes. Wow. Okay, the first thing we did is refactor this thing. So let's say that first. And then we changed that, but we don't care. We changed that, but not yet. Schema, resolver, layout. Okay, what did we change in the layout? These things here. So yeah, exactly. And then that is for the thing. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say recycle, refactor, create auth context. Okay, and let's make sure that this stuff is building. And it failed because in my editor, I'm importing form events and I'm not using it. Ooh, I think it's gonna work. I think we can change all of that and say sparkles fit update draft with changes from the editor. Yeah, let's say that. And push. Let's see where our repo is at. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Details. Is this thing building? I think it is. Oof. It is. It is. Yep. What is that though? Ooh, yeah, environment not found, database URL. Yeah, I need to set a few stuff. I need to set these two things. So I need to add a database URL as well as the JWT secret. Otherwise, nothing is gonna work. But I'm gonna do that after this live, which ends now. We've done a lot of progress today. We had a mutation to update the draft. We don't manage that state where we can update the content because it would be too much of a hassle. So it doesn't matter. Let's remove that. Save update when user stops writing. That's what we need to do, because right now, instead of after every change, this is a bad way of doing that. And display if new content has been saved, state, and then deploy. That's what we are gonna do maybe tomorrow, and then publish the posts. So we almost have that. So I think this might be the easiest part-ish. Cool. Let's call it a day.